Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. I've tried to do this so many times, but I keep getting interrupted. So, um, I've been asked by a few people to, I guess, explain what drove me to decide on getting surgery done to help with my weight. Because of course you have the people who are just like, if you just work out enough, if you just eat right, if you just blah blah blah. Well, yeah, in a perfect world, if you didn't have work and you didn't have stress and you didn't have things like depression and genetics, yeah, that would be enough. But it's not a perfect world for everybody, I guess. And so, anyways, I don't know. I've thought there were a bunch of culminating factors, I guess. Um, I mean, things come to mind like, going to the movie theater and feeling really stupid because I had to lift up the armrests on both sides of my seat just to fit in it without feeling like the sides of my thighs were being jammed, like something getting stuck in them. And I mean, I got bruises from it. Um, and I know I was never huge by any means. I was definitely overweight enough to be in the category of obese. Um, but I mean, I've seen many people out there who are much larger, and I can't imagine the way they must feel. Airplane seats, same thing. Um, a big one for me was last spring when I went to Disneyland with my family, with mom, dad, Corey, his wife, and their 3 kids. And I went on a ride with my nephew Nathan, and we pulled the lap bar down to secure us in the seat, of course, whatever. And I looked down and realized that the lap bar was probably a good 5-6 inches off of his lap, which meant it wasn't holding him in at all. So that was an eye opener to say the least. I mean, it just made me really, I don't know, I was so embarrassed, and so I held on to him the entire time, and I don't know, I just felt so ridiculous that my nephew couldn't go on a roller coaster ride with me and be safe, I guess, to put it bluntly. I literally had to have my arms around him the entire time. Um, I think that was the final straw for me. So, I mean, needless to say, I was very depressed for the rest of the trip. Um, I just wanted to cover my body up and I wanted to hide, and I didn't want to have to be around anybody. It wasn't much fun, to say the least. So that was kind of a defining moment. And then there are things like, the turnstiles that you go through to walk into Disneyland and other places you go. I had to go sideways and kind of like scoot through them, and it was still tight. And I was seeing, grown men, grown women walking through them no problem, front ways, not squished, not turning sideways, not uncomfortable. Um, I don't know. And I was 24 at the time, and I was just like, this shouldn't be. And I have been struggling with my weight since I was, gosh, I want to say 3rd grade is when it started. Um, and it's been up and down, up and down, up and down, fluctuating ever since. So I've always had it. I've always struggled with it. I've done all the diets. I've done the workout programs. I've done you name it, and I've done it. Um, I've even done phentermine, prescription speed, basically, which I don't recommend to anyone. I know some friends who are on it, and I just beg them to get off it because that actually made it worse for me in the long run. But that's a whole other discussion. Um, but no, I've been thin and healthy and athletic. I've been really big. I've been everywhere in between. And finally, it came down to I talked to my doctor, and it's really bad for your heart, not to mention your entire body, to keep going through that. Um, and I just finally said enough. I've had enough. And so I said, okay, my 25th birthday is coming up, and happy birthday to me. And I got the LapBand placed. I didn't need to go as drastic as gastric bypass just because I really didn't qualify. I mean, I wasn't large enough for that, but I also didn't want to get to the point where I was. I'd had enough, and I wanted to do something about it now. So I did. And here I am, and I don't know, I'm happy. I was looking at some pictures today and of me just a year ago, and I wanted to cry, saying I can't believe I got that way. And it actually got worse than that, and that's what really kills me, is that wasn't even at my heaviest that I was looking at pictures. So I don't know, for those of you out there who are struggling, I mean, my first response isn't go out and get surgery to fix it, especially not if you're like a teenager. But if you truly have tried, and you know you have, and your doctor is telling you, you know, you're killing your body slowly but surely, but you are, I don't know, it is an option to consider, and I wouldn't do anything differently. I have no regrets, zero, no regrets. I'm just thankful that an option like that is out there for me. So I don't know, if you have any other questions, just feel free to ask me. I'm completely open. I have no problem talking about any of this, and yeah, there needs to be a bigger support base out there for people like me. There's so many others out there who need to be told that they're not some kind of burden on society, some ugly, nasty, disgusting thing that, you know, because, yeah, there are people out there who don't try. To each their own, but there are those of us who do, and who shouldn't be lumped in the category of someone who's lazy and doesn't do anything, and just wants to complain about their health issues and their weight problems. And I just wish more people would realize that's not really the reality. And a lot of times it's an emotional disorder that causes it anyway. You know, it's not something that you can just snap out of. So I don't know, to those of you out there who are family and friends of mine, I'm so thankful for you, because you've been so supportive of me throughout all this. I know you're going to continue to support me, and I couldn't ask for better friends and family. But then there are those people out there who don't have that support base, and my heart goes out to them, because I don't know how they do it. So anyways, I'm on my lunch break, so I gotta get going, but I just wanted to cover that so I could answer some questions, and there we go. Have a good day.